back again this week, working on the car some more. I'm trying to get all this wiring fixed up, get it all done right. I got the fuel cell and the radiator all mounted in the car. It's all welded in now. Made custom brackets for that. I got most of the interior all cleaned out, put back together, and then I'm working on the wiring now, but this thing is a burst and that's just horrible. But it's gonna be a lot nicer when it's finally done. And this one's gonna be a long process. We have a lot of work to do back here. I'm going to actually start making that this week, but I'm pulling off the single parachute because eventually I have bigger plans for this car. And I'm gonna build me a dual parachute mount, but I gotta build the mount for the parachute that you go off of, and then I can work on changing up the frame and doing all that to make it wider for the two parachutes. Which isn't gonna be too hard. It doesn't take too long. It's just a little bit more expensive, but then I gotta work on all these brackets that hold up this rear bumper, because whenever I originally took this car down to the bare chassis, these got hung on the car and kind of stretched out the mounts on them. So I gotta fix all the mounts and make it look like a regular car. Because you come back here, you see it's a big old U on that bumper, and that's not gonna work for me. It looks terrible, so I gotta change that up. Another big project for me this week is getting these old Zoomies. They weren't really built good, like they're kind of cheaply made. Whoever did them welds did not do a super good job on them, so I gotta clean them up. I'm gonna try and re-weld them, make them look all nice, and try and get them shiny, but I'll have to paint them because they're not made out of stainless, so they're rusting real bad. So I gotta clean them up, I'll repaint them, and then we'll go from there. But just a little bit more work on this thing, and we'll have that all out. You can kind of see I had to mount the fuel cell off to the side a little bit, and then the radiator is right here in the car, which is honestly where it used to be, but I have it a lot lower to where it's no longer actually hitting the hood of the car. And got the windshield almost all pop riveted back in the car. I got it in all like the major points. It's all pop riveted back in. Same with the back glass. Got it pop riveted on all the major points on the car to where it's pretty much set in. So we're getting pretty close. This is pretty much what I'm starting with, is all this. I used to have everything that was electrical in this car was mounted right there on the firewall, and I didn't have the room, so I moved the MSD box over here, a bunch of the other wiring stuff over here. I just needed more room on the firewall to where I can actually work on this car on the electrical side of things if I need to. And that's the best way I could really figure out, was build this little side panel right here, get it all mounted in the car, and then just start tearing everything apart, working on the wiring. It's a lot. Still waiting on the engine shop. It should be here this week hopefully, but we'll see. Get the LS out, put the big block back in, start working on it, getting it ready to go. And then got my actress bottle mounted back in, gotta get those welded on. Got pretty much everything slowly coming together on this car. It's taking a hot minute, but it's looking pretty good. I'm gonna have to order a new hood eventually. I want to do the full fiberglass front clip and hood, do a cowl induction hood on it, but whenever I was doing the turbos, I was gonna have the exits coming out right there, and I already drilled the holes, can't really go back on that. And the car was originally came with a 540 with either a 1071 or 1471 blower that's sticking at the hood right there. So the guy had it all cut apart. And since this isn't going to be a blower car for a hot minute, I'm going to change it over and put a cowl induction on it. But it's pretty scratched up. It's kind of been neglected over a couple of years. So whenever I get some time, I'm going to actually repaint the whole car and go away from just a solid color. Probably do like a two-tone with the pinstripe or something else cool, and we'll go from there on that. But I got a couple ideas, but It's either gonna be like red and black or red, white, and black, but we'll see how it goes. This video is not very, very long this week. I was out of town most of the weekend, so that's pretty much all this video is gonna be. But be back again next week.